A big thank you to our $5 patrons, Sinners Lancelot, Praise the Sun, Strawbones, and Aaron. 3,000 years was a long time. Some spent it sealed away in a coffin of darkness, awaiting for their time of return to ravage a land they needed to conquer. Some spent it in stasis, hidden away from the depths of a world long past and being created anew. Some spent it chasing their past, trying to follow the love that had cursed them many millennia ago. However, some, or one, spent all their time studying, training, improving, observing. This one had been blessed by two deities, but at present they were using a power that they were shocked one of them even had. A power to peer through other worlds and possibly interfere with them. The ability to tear through realities was one that was extremely draining, not just magically, but mentally. The sheer complexity of the ability wore on the mind, not even the magic, so it affected even those whose magic did not drain. However, this only applies after the spell is activated. Even the mere distribution of magic to activate the spell was an extreme problem. The being that was wielding the ability was now looking for a way to optimize the usage of their magic, to better their own abilities with ease. And after years upon years of searching, they found a world in crisis that had their answer, and their solution was about to be present in a perfect little box. In another world on the verge of calamity, the approximately 1,000 transfigured humans that had been released within the basement floor 5 of the Fukutoshin line would be annihilated within 299 seconds, after the deactivation of the domain of the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer alive. The young man who was breathing heavy had no chance to even begin to consider the ramifications of his actions before his blessed eyes alerted him to danger. In an instant, a cube was behind him, and the young sorcerer turned in shock. "Prison realm, gate, open," a familiar voice to the young man declared. "Gate, open." The box tore itself asunder, revealing a massive eye stitched open with 4 cubes withholding the writhing flesh, and the eye locked upon he who held the title of the mightiest. The man and the eye locked together, and all it took was the idea of what could happen to cause the mightiest to turn tail and prepare to run, until the impossible happened. "Yo, Satoru!" The voice called out, and the mightiest was frozen in place, hearing a voice beyond possibility. Mainly because it was a voice that had died a year ago. Huh? 1 minute had passed within the mind of the mightiest, Satoru Gojo, and 1 minute was all the prison realm needed. The pieces tore themselves apart and snapped up the man that was meant to be its newest prisoner, to the grinning delight of the man with the body of Suguru Geto. In that instant, the observer crossed worlds, yet staying hidden from sight as the two sorcerers had their interaction. The observer did not care for what the two discussed. It was irrelevant to them. All that mattered were the tools that had been locked within the trapped man's head. However, the observer could tell. The conversation was now coming to a close. "So techniques dictate our world, huh?" "I like that. It's poetic." "Hey, let's just get this over with. This is nauseating. I'm not enjoying looking at you two either," the mightiest said with a roll of their special eyes. "I'm quite enjoying the view myself, but I suppose you're right. Can't risk something happening." Gate, close. Gate, close. The box snapped shut and fell into the hand of the man who wielded it. "We can't use that again, can we?" The creature with stitches that looked like a man asked, and there was a shake of the head. "No, only one occupant at a time. Unless the person trapped inside takes their own life, it can't be used." Boring. Well, anyway. The man looked down upon the seal which he had completed, a journey of 1,000 years soon to be at its end. The man went over to his accomplices, excited to see their rousing faces. "Looks like you're all awake. Now, what happens next?" The box began to rattle and shake, to the shock of its wielder. The one-eyed beast questioned, "What's wrong?" The very next instant the box fell, bearing a weight it did not have before, causing it to drop from the ancient sorcerer's hands, and in the next instant it slammed hard into the ground, cracking it into a radius and burying itself. "This guy!" The sorcerer snarled, as within the prison realm a blindfold was pulled down. Looks like time doesn't pass here. The young sorcerer noticed, but what he did not notice is what was going on the outside. In a flash, a woman appeared. You remind me of a demon. You must go first. The patch-faced man was confused for a second too long before being sent into a place across the world. What immense power is contained within you. Very akin to the Giant Clan. Interesting, the woman noticed, warping the one-eyed beast away as it lunged to attack her. Goodbye, Blood Wielder, though you seem to be distinct from the vampires. The cursed womb painting vanished, leaving the cursed womb, which was warped away without a word. This left nothing but the sorcerer of 1,000 years ago, who noticed, similar to Satoru himself, this woman gave off an impression of boundless danger. And you as well. I do this for my sister. A hand was raised before the man could run, and 2 words were uttered. Absolute cancel. The man dropped dead, a curse of 1,000 years at its end. The woman turned to the surveillance device that was watching her with a smile, before vanishing away with the box with only a snap of her fingers. As the young sorcerer was trying to figure out a comfortable way to lay down with all the skeletons, suddenly he was free. The box spat him out before floating over to a woman who snapped her fingers and the box vanished away. The two were on a rooftop overlooking Shibuya. Good day, young man. You are? The woman asked, and the sorcerer was busy having an internal crisis. This woman was exceptionally strong, possibly even strong enough to challenge him. Satoru Gojo, at your service. May I have the pleasure of knowing your name? You may call me Merlin. My real name may be a bit difficult for you to pronounce. Gojo made sure not to show any real reaction, but he internally acknowledged that as a red flag. Well, Merlin, you have done the favor of freeing me from that stupid little box, so I will grant you one wish. Gojo teased, and Merlin laughed. Perfect. I wish for your eyes. That gave Gojo pause and began to stir his cursed energy. Pardon me, miss, but those are not on the market. And now neither is your wish. Goodbye. Gojo did not even want to risk the battle, so he warped away, back to the very train station he was sealed at, finding his friend's body. As Gojo prepared to go check on everyone, she appeared again. Well, if they are not for sale, I suppose I'll steal them. Gojo had many questions, but there would be no time for answers at this rate. His blindfold was yanked down, and his eyes were bared. Now that I can't let you do. A small metallic orb appeared above the woman's hand as the Limitless user's eyes darkened, and the two lunged into battle.